Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Legacies. This is episode 9 of season 2. Hopefully guys are enjoying the first 8 episodes that have been uploaded to the channel as well. Season 1, you can go back and check that if you've not seen that as well. Last episode was interesting because Landon finally made his decision. We seen the episode prior, it looked like he was just going to flake and not pick any of the girls because he couldn't pretty much handle the pressure that he was under, because it was bare pressure. But also as well, he had justification for leaving because he was told by the Sphinx that Landon would not be safe if he was still inside the school walls. So him and Raphael decided to bounce to obviously save themselves, but also save everybody else that they kind of care about, because they don't want to drag obviously the monsters towards the school while they search for Landon. So that bit, it kind of made sense. But obviously I didn't like how he left both the girls hanging really by writing in the journal and both of them just looking at it. It's kind of unfair for them, but it kind of created a little bonding test thing because they both kind of had the same feelings and they've both gone through the same emotions. So it kind of brought them together a little bit. So I do like that because I do want the girls to progress. But he finally come and he returned in the last episode, not by his choice actually, because on his little journey away, he was taking Raphael to a place where he believed his parents were. He used a spell and located it on a map. That is where he thinks that his mum and dad are actually living. Now they actually went there, and then Raphael obviously got scared, he panicked, and he couldn't do it. He said, "Look mate, we've got to go, it's too much for me." As he turned around, somebody was there, a dude with a gun. "Mate, we're going to have to talk." He obviously seen Raphael's eyes turn into a werewolf, and the guy clocked that he would be his son. He ended up telling him a story. He was saying, "Look mate, my wife," he never expressed he was physically his dad until kind of like maybe later on, but he was like, "My wife, she was a werewolf and she served in the army, and she would never have gone into the army or the military, one of them, armed services, respect to everybody, but she would never gone in there if she knew if she had this curse, the impact that it would have on her life." And then when she returned, she was obviously a werewolf. She got pregnant, and then she ran off and never returned. Then he was saying he's always wondered what's happened to her and what happened to the son. But he knows that that Raphael is their son because he has his mother's eyes. That's what he said. So it's very interesting. So they kind of embraced, and it is nice to see a father that wanted him in his life, yeah. We've seen it with Landon's, that his mum kind of wanted him, but she couldn't be there. But she did sacrifice herself for him, so you got to respect it. She did. She sacrificed herself for Landon. But this guy actually physically would love to be in Landon, in Raphael's life. He hugged him, and he was well happy that he was there. And Raphael was like, "Look, do you reckon I could stay for the night? And you can maybe drive me back to school tomorrow?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And Landon, he was trying to flake as well. While they was in there embracing, he was bouncing, and he was like, "Look mate, I bounced from the school. I didn't want them to get hurt and the monsters coming to them, and I don't want it to happen to Raphael." But who was there, mate, to stop him? That's right, Lizzie, mate. She drove all the way down to drag his ass back to the school. And on the way, she brought Sebastian. Now, Lizzie and Landon, they was talking for a while, and she was saying, you need to come back, you need to make it right, you need to pick somebody. Landon was talking for ages, and that was it, mate. Thingy just come over, snapped his neck, Sebastian. He was like, "Mate, you guys chit-chat too much, just get him in the car." Then, it looked like he had a flat tyre, and obviously he was changing it, he got oil on him, so he ended up taking his shirt off. He's absolutely ripped, mate. Lizzie was like, "Put your shirt on, put your shirt on." She couldn't look at him, she was like, "Just put it on, do you have to have it off?" You knew what was going to happen. They ended up sleeping together, and then she was like speaking to him, and he he said something decent. He said, "The reason why I want to stick around is because the world's not changed since I was a vampire. People are still disrespected, looked down upon for being different, and the Salvatore School is like one of the only places that I've been to that the different, unordinary, accepted. You embrace for who you are. That's the reason why I want to be there." You know what? Fair play, mate. That is a perfect answer. If someone said, "Why do you want to come to this school?" You can't beat that, can you? That is a fantastic justification for it. Now, obviously, we had Clark as well. He is, he was in kind of Landon's body, and then Hope transitioned him over into his own, pretty much, because he was going to die anyway at the end of the episode. And we had a mad one, mate. It was proper festive. There was, I don't even know what this monster was here, but I forgot the name of it, but pretty much everybody around it, Christmas joy, mate. The guy come in, he was like a present. He had Santa actually locked in his sack. Christmas joy was flowing, it was snowing, Christmas carols going, eggnog sipping, everybody was having a good time. Got me in the vibes. I ended up whipping out a Christmas jumper. Who would have thought I would have done that? And I was loving it, they was loving it. It was a good episode. Jolly jolly. Then Santa come out. He ended up Santa come out, ended up dominating this thing, like bulldogged him, you know, like took him out. He cut him, slit it, and ripped his heart out. Gifted Caleb like a Corvette, then flew off in the sky, mate. Everyone was having like a buzzing Christmas spirit. I thought it was so random, yet I thought it was really decent. And then obviously at the very end of the episode, you know, Clark ended up getting his head, boom, absolutely cut off, mate. And we finally found who was under the hood, and it was a necromancer, which actually excites me because I think he was really good. And when he was first introduced, he might not be now, but when he was first introduced, he was. So I'm excited for this episode. And obviously Rick was gifted a present from Joseph and Dorian. It was a plaque that said Dr. Saltzman, mate. He is back as the head teacher of the Salvatore School, back where he belongs, and I'm excited for that one as well. So to finish it all off, when he got back to the school with Landon, he had to make a choice. Is he going to pick Hope? Is he going to pick Josie? He went to Josie first. He ended up telling her she's an absolutely amazing girl. He loves everything about her. She's perfect. She's done nothing wrong. But he can't shake the feeling inside him that he's supposed to be with Hope. You know, he loves her. He's been like, he's got all his memories back, and it's nothing to do with Josie. He's just got a connection with her. So he let Josie down. I feel sad for her, I really do, but I really do understand where he's coming from as well. And then he went outside, told Hope that he loves her. She told him she loves him. They had a kiss under the mistletoe, and it was kind of nice as well. I'm not going to lie, it was nice. And that is where we kind of finished with the episode and those characters in that one. So thanks so much for clicking on today's episode. If you guys enjoy it, please smash a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Hey, you can't sleep here.
I wasn't sleeping,
Oh.
thundering dolt. I was magically transported. I am the Necro. Oh! What did Malevolent do to me? Powers. He took them. Am I in peace?
Buddy, you're in Texas.
Wow, that's interesting, mate. Honestly, I preferred the way he looked before.
You put the past behind you, take what you learned, and begin again. But it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, that one's a hard one.
Moving on means letting things go.
I moved in while you were forgotten or whatever. Your side's over there. Later, Remy.
Do you know what, right? I've never had to room share, but I've always been interested whether it would be decent. I mean, the twins have got it spot on, haven't they? They've got perfect sharing. But I always thought, like, you see it in films when they go to college and, like, you get a dorm and you share it with, like, random people and you become, like, best mates. And it's like, mate, I've always been interested to see whether I could live in a room with a random person that I've never met before and get a connection with them.
I'm a little out of loop myself. I just like to stride confidently and nod in hopes that people don't figure that out.
It's just so awkward between me and Josie.
Knowing you and Landon are together and seeing it are two very different things.
I just wish there was something I could do.
Rick, so I touched base with Caroline. She wants us to track down the real Vardamus and make sure he's okay.
Do you know that he got rid of the espresso machine?
He was more of a tea person.
Dad, hi.
Liz Bear.
You're late for class.
I got distracted and I lost track of time. And
Just stop
never
talking about that.
happen again.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
How's he got a job there?
You know it's Crazy Hat Day, and you're not wearing a crazy hat.
How could I make such a mistake?
Bottom line is, I need my friends to be on time, participate in spirit days, and most of all, sing when someone puts money in the jar.
Don't let him get to you, man. No one gets to me. I just get so mad, you know? One time you pissed me off, I toasted his phone with the waffle cones.
It's so weird seeing him with his voice. He's so distinctive, his voice.
I got you some brownies. I have to run though. I love you.
Love you too. Sebastian, our school was founded to keep young supernaturals safe. We don't admit vampires over the age of 17. Since you've been stuck in that coffin, today you will spend time with the various factions.
You know who would be an ideal guide? Is your daughter Elizabeth.
You stay away from my daughters. Consider this your one warning.
Sorry about last time, by the way.
No worries. You're not the first person around here who's killed me. Dr. Saltzman is having me test Sebastian here to see if he can stay at the school.
We shouldn't be here cleaning congealed dairy and sugar. We should be kings. That sweet gig you used to have. Walking around, being your own boss, raising people from the dead. You believe my story?
Of course.
I'm into all that stuff the government doesn't want us to know. Wish I could have seen you kick ass back in the day. Maybe you're not too late. Right. Did you just... I've been practicing. I'm gonna become the Necromancer again.
I mean, how distinctive is his voice? I actually really like it. He's a good voice. He's got a good voice. I mean, I don't know if it fits his guy, but that might be because I'm so used to him, well, being the other guy, and it perfectly fits the costume of the other person. But I think he's a good actor. I actually do like him. And it's interesting, mate. I hope this Chad is not dead, and I hope he's the second hooded man. That would be good, because everybody does need a little sidekick, you know. We were saying that about Landon there. So it's interesting. I do like it. You always get like one person that believes in anything, don't you? So like he's saying about these stories, and he's like, yeah, man, I believe it. Yeah, all the government conspiracies. You always get that one guy.
How long's it supposed to take? I don't know, Chad. I need to rebuild my skills step by step. Well, if you were promised peace, why did he send you here? I'm sure he was jealous of my power.
I gotta say, I'm surprised you wanted to hang out. I thought you weren't gonna talk to me ever again. Come clean, you hate all this nerdy stuff.
I'm trying not to have sex with Sebastian again.
I thought you hated him too.
I did. I mean, I do. I'm also incredibly turned on by him.
Oh.
Comic books are the literary equivalent of a cold shower.
That's actually a graphic novel.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Keep saying stuff like that.
No.
I like how we're going down the mums.
You can't just mope around like this. You want to do magic or something?
Pointless! I was foolish to think I could reclaim my former glory.
Where is Malivore right now?
It's a sentient pit of black goo in rural Georgia.
We take a leak right in that pit.
You heard from Raph?
He's staying with his dad for a bit. Tell Captain Cheekbones he's got a weird staring problem.
You know, a little blonde birdie told me that Clark almost killed Hope. And you were searching for yourself?
I was trying to keep everyone safe.
He is interesting.
He'll play.
Well played, my lupine friend.
There we go.
Oh, Malivore! No visitors! Pit is empty. I can fulfill my destiny!
Dark sorcery requires a steep price to be paid in exchange for power.
Mad, aren't they? Killers are mad, aren't they? They just don't care. Is he gonna cut his own head? Ah, he's good though.
What about your face?
This is my true face. Wait, did you kill me? Technically, when I was intended to raise you from perdition. Have you ever been to Virginia?
If you hate him, we hate him.
He makes us look bad with his old-ass Dracula ways.
He's doing his behavioral tests. Make him fail.
You know, I'm not a big fan of like making, you know, forcing. Like, I'm always part of the natural flow of things, the natural order, so to speak. You know, so like when we had the football game, for example, it's like you can win by being normal. You know, he can pass and fail the school by being himself, not by I actually do think that he was putting on a fake front though when he was joking with is it Jed? I forgot his name. When he was playing dodgeball and he gave him the ball and he was laughing. I feel like he wanted to go out and absolutely doom in, but because he was getting tested, he played it up. That's what I think that he's doing. But I'm not a fan of, do you know what I mean? Forcing somebody to do an action to make themselves look bad.
It slipped.
Right, he's the only one that didn't move.
Breathe, Milton, breathe. Focus only on the sound of my voice. Breathe.
Oh, that was a twist, mate. The only one that could control himself.
She broke that plate on purpose.
And what's she doing with this dark object as well? Oh, she looks naughty. You know what? Spells like that remind me of Freya. Literally. She's the one that goes in, does the mad stuff, mate. Ah, I like Josie. She's looking good, mate. She's having a good season. I feel like the two twins having a sick season.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Chad, please. I will consecrate the ground. I'll need to murder.
A murder of pure, unbridled cruelty.
Oh, Chad, man, you was all in and now you're backing out.
Those are advanced chain spells. You would need another witch. What kind of assignment was it?
I can help. I'm sure we can handle it. I mean, it could be good practice for us. My friend Vincent told me a story about more emissariums that hold the effects of black magic.
Vincent, mate.
How dangerous they can be.
It's his eye.
They have a more emissarium. In one stroke, it can restore my power. Try it. We may have to kill her. Might as well kill all her friends while we're at it.
He loves it.
Tim, will you relax? Witches love me. And what magic is that crystal ball for?
Empathic trances. It lets us read feelings that are buried deep down. I sense fear. The modern world is terrifying to you. You're afraid they won't let you stay here at the school.
We should...
You know Lizzie's better than you and that you don't deserve her.
Mate, he's afraid that he's not going to be accepted in a school. That sounds like a normal kid, mate. He's scared that people will judge him or something from his past. Again, understandable. He thinks that he's not good enough for Lizzie. Again, I like it. It's normal. Like, I feel like that's all normal stuff that they've just said there. To me, that enhanced that he's not a bad guy, which they're trying to figure out if he is. He might be, but on that scene alone, I thought that ball and what she expressed was beneficial in showing that he was actually an okay character and not like a baddie.
Come to gloat, London.
Just wanted to see if you're okay.
Fundamental truth is that I am not. When I was 8 years old, my parents, they sold me. They devised very special punishments for me. It's a cruel world, London, and I expect very little from it. But I guess none of that matters now since I failed your test.
You know what? I like it, and I like how he actually likes Lizzie so far. Anyway, it don't seem like he's playing her.
Actually, kind of beautiful.
I guess if you can look past the visions of doom.
The sand clock degrades over time. At some point, it will break down from the inside, no matter what we do. You're a trusting person, and you're more powerful than you know.
I don't want to be either of those things. The second that he had me doing black magic, my head, it's like it's not mine anymore.
When I got out of Malivore, I came here. It was the first place I wanted to be. You and Landon were having movie night or something at the mill, and I was so jealous. Tried to move on. That doesn't mean we can't try again.
That was a good combo.
Sebastian's no more dangerous than anyone else at this school.
I am surprised to hear that.
Sometimes people just need a chance to get things right.
That was good, that was good, mate. He didn't even linger, just said it and left.
Hear your music from miles away.
Smart Rick, isn't there? Mate, that book, Dorian's smart as well. He's really clever. This guy needs to remember he's dead. Bet he's buzzing that he's done that.
Oh, I didn't think you had it in you.
You were talking about killing kids.
I'm not your friend. I'm your eternal master.
I think I figured it out. Oh, yeah? Why Malivore did it to you. What if he wasn't screwing you over? What if you made you human?
Give him a bit of lie.
To give you a shot of peace. And you blew it, Ted.
Don't call him Ted.
Don't ever call me that again.
Do you know what, right? I've got to say, do you know they give out awards like Golden Globes and Emmys, and you get it for like best supporting or best guest in a cameo? I honestly would love to see somebody that is a better guest, because you have the guests, they come in 1 or 2 episodes and that's it. They make an impact, do some good acting, they leave. That's what you get awards for, you know. Come in, do it, and go. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody come in for 1 or 2 episodes and absolutely smash it, mate. I think this guy is a sick actor. He's actually really good. It might just be me. Like, I might just be loving him for no reason, but I think his acting's amazing for the short little periods that he's in it. He's been in 2 episodes, and I've loved every single bit of acting that he's been in both of them.
I think I'm gonna let you walk around my school without an active locator. I'm gonna give you a chance to prove me wrong about you, but you're gonna have to follow my rules.
I just get out again, and it'll be your daughter who sets me free. I've had her. You know, you will not be able to protect her from me. The only way is to kill me.
And with one swift
He's not killed him.
decapitated the decoy. Bring me the crane's foot. Or Malivore. Let's make ourselves a portal.
What do you want next? What's the mood?
Don't want them anymore.
Today sucked. You got anything for that?
I got a feeling your day's about to get a lot better. Have you met my new intern yet?
Oh,
I should have asked for help sooner. I was so worried that the sand clock would break and all that magic would come back to me and I'd end up hurting someone. I thought that I'd be okay seeing you and Hope together, but it actually kind of just feels like really lonely.
well, they've got a connection, though, these as well.
When
I gotta
Sebastian
admit.
flipped out on the witches, I realized there was nothing I could do to help. I'm not one of the heroes here.
It's not too late to become one.
I miss talking to you like this. I want us to be friends.
That sounds nice.
Walk past land and go and hug Joseph.
Not exactly how it was, but we thought maybe you might like it if we changed it up a little bit.
You kicked Sebastian out, right?
I gave him the option to follow our rules, but he chose to leave.
Honestly, I'm just relieved that he's gone.
Yes, mate.
Malivore promised you peace. I have a much better offer. Bring me back what I need.
Oh, it's cracking. Like, and they did say that over time it will get out anyway. They, you know, hope they drop that in there. So I mean, at some point it is going to break, be released. So how long can you actually conceal it? And also, is that better offer instead of peace? You know, freedom. It's kind of it's kind of like the same thing, but it's not, is it? You know, like you can become peaceful. So like, you're in prison, you can find peace like being in there, or you can have freedom. Do you know what I mean? It's two different things. So I mean, it's really interesting that, because he's kind of like in a prison in Malivore, or he can find peace in there, or he can actually be released and be free in the world. So again, it's interesting. Well, let's go to the Sebastian thing. Now, to be honest, I like Sebastian. We don't know if he's died or not. You know, it has left us on that little cliffhanger. Not confirmed it. We didn't see the second bow get shot. We did see Rick say that he didn't choose to stay and he's not around now. And Lizzie's pretty devastated. But he reminded me of the Marcel situation when Elijah killed him. Where he was stood on the bridge and he was talking to Klaus and he was saying all these different things. And the stuff that he was saying, he was digging himself a grave. He was digging it. And you can't come back from the things that you say, you know. And I believe, in my personal opinion, when we watched it, now, I didn't want Marcel to die, but I just believe that in that situation, singular scene, with the words that was being said, that Elijah had every right to kill him. And I believe here, everything singular in that one scene, because apart from that, in the show, he's been good so far. And like I said, when he was stood in front of the witches and she held the ball and she said, look, mate, the guy's scared that he's not going to get accepted in the school. He feels like Lizzie is better than him, like he's not good enough for Lizzie. And he's scared of, like, I don't know, being thrown off a ship and something, being an outcast. I thought that shown that he was, like, a decent person at heart, but he's obviously still got his vampire traits, so to speak. And I feel like he was being stubborn, being on the floor, trying to be... maybe go out like a champion, do you know what I mean? Or put himself out of a misery. That's what I feel like he was doing. I feel like he seen a situation where he could end the misery that he was in, and he dug himself a hole. And like I said, in that singular moment, the words that he was saying and what he was saying to Rick, he had every right to take him out. But I feel like Rick is clever, and he... unlike the Elijah situation, I won't say Elijah was unclever, because Elijah seen a vision of the prophecy and seen that Marcel took all the family out. So Marcel could see it, he's seen it, and then he heard it, and then he acted to stop it. Where Rick's not seen anything, he's just listened to it, and he's smart. And I feel like he's like, right, this guy wants this and this to happen. He's saying it for here. I'm going to stop him, but do this time up. He's probably put him in the coffin again. So again, it's interesting. I do like it how it left us on a cliffhanger. And then Necromancer, again, man, has had a sick episode. What a guy he is. Great actor. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully, guys enjoyed it. Thanks for checking out the video. Another interesting bit of acting from the Necromancer. He's brought another creature back to the present, and he's offered him freedom instead of peace, and he wants him to go after the dark objects. Now, it's interesting that he was saying... he was... you know, Chad, mate, he was right. He said that Malivore actually did, you know, because he said he promised me peace. I think he did give him peace. He brought him back into the present as a normal human to live his life how, you know, however he wanted it to. And he wanted it to be himself again in the past. As you can see, he was trying to practice his magic. He cut his own face. And yeah, he's back trying to go after... Well, it looks like he's going after Malvo again. You know, he's melted Clark's body down into a pit again, into a portal, and he's obviously bringing creatures through it. And he wants to get that dark object to possibly take the powers himself. And I don't know, do you want to go after Malvo now that he didn't give him what he technically thought that he was going to get? I'm not sure, but I also do know is that I do enjoy every episode that he's in. Now, Hope and Landon, you know, they are firmly together, but I do like that Landon had a conversation with Joseph at the end, and he was saying, look mate, you know, they've got a connection, you've got to acknowledge it, they have got a good connection. And he was saying, I don't want us to be separated, I want us to be friends, not ex-friends, like proper friends. I enjoy having these conversations, I miss it. And do you know what I've got to say, right? Joseph is one of those characters that the more you see, well, this is my personal opinion, the more I see, the more I enjoy her. The more I actually think that she gets more beautiful as she progresses. I feel like that's what happens to Bonnie with me anyway, my personal opinion. Sometimes you look at somebody and you don't like have an instant connection with them, but then the more you see them and the more you like them, you like the personality, you like the character, you see them progress, and you think, you know what, like, everything about you is great, you're beautiful, you're a fantastic character, you're getting stronger, I'm loving everything about it. And that is me with Joseph. She was introduced, she's like, oh, that's Joseph, you know, she's a siphoner, and the more she's gone through, I'm like, wow, she's actually really pretty, oh, she's funny, oh, I'm liking her, she's a good character, oh, she's strong, and you know, I now feel like sorry for her with the situation with the Landon, but I'm really enjoying her, because for me, she's had a good character improvement. And like, I feel like Lizzie is having a good character improvement as well. I do feel sorry for her that she really, you know, admitted that she's conflicted with the Sebastian storyline. She's saying that, you know, what was she saying? Like, her head is saying that I don't want to be with him, but my body is like, mate, I'm all over him. Do you know what I mean? We all know that feeling, mate. And literally, she's at the end there, Rick saying, yeah, he chose to leave. She's like, it's good. I'm glad it's good. But she's crying. She's devastated, really, you know. And I get where she's coming from. I feel like Sebastian really wanted to stay around the school as well, but he's got his vampire instincts, and he just become a stubborn. He kind of reminded me a bit like Damon at the end, where he was just being... be stubborn. Do you know what I mean? I'll just be who I am, and that's it. And I feel like Rick hasn't killed him. I feel like he's put him back in his box again. But I do think that he is like an alright character. I wouldn't mind him back in like the next episode or a few episodes time back in the school, because I do think he's quite good. Now I do like how I don't like how Caleb wasn't in the episode. I think that's 2 episodes back to back that he's not been in. But I do like that his sister is the intern for Dorian, and like possibly, you know, if Lizzie, you know, if Sebastian's taken away, she might have a shot at MG, but you don't want to be someone's second choice, do you? Even though, like, if I would love MG and Lizzie to be together, but if you use MG, you want to be the first choice. This is what I was saying with Bonnie, mate. You want to be number one, someone's first choice, and that is what she ended up getting with Enzo at the end. They're perfect, mate. What a great relationship they had. It was amazing, and that's what MG needs. Now, whether it's the form of Lizzie right now, he would be the fall guy, the second choice. You know, she picked Sebastian, or Caleb's sister. They got a good connection, they really like each other, she would be his number one, and that is what you want, you know. So if he wants to be happy with her, I'm excited for it. Now, we didn't see Raphael. Hopefully he's having a great episode, like a great time with his dad, you know. They did have a good connection last episode, and I hope when he does return, he's well happy that he's actually got a relationship established, and I hope we further deep down and possibly find his mum as well, you know. That would be great. Now, obviously, Hope, she's now got a new roommate. Now, hopefully this does play into the story, you know. There's no need, sometimes I always feel like there's no need to drop some information in if it doesn't play part of a concurrent storyline, or not concurrent, like a consistent storyline. So sometimes you drop us information, like so far it's not played anything, but when Frey was in, we dropped that she had a boy 2 times. They mentioned it. Now the only benefit is it's, oh, Frey's had a kid. That's the only benefit, but it doesn't need to be there, because now I know that Frey's got a kid. I want to see it. I want it in the show. I want it part of the school. I want to see what magic powers has it got. Is it a vampire? I mean, is it a witch or is it a werewolf? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're going to play factors with the information, you're going to give it a storyline. It doesn't need to be there. So, like, if Hope's come in and she's sharing a room with this witch, but then we never see this witch, it's like, why? Do you know what I mean? Like, what was the point in having that? Like, why is she sharing it? Why have they made a little bit of a story out of, like, Landon and Joseph decorating that side of the room? Like, what is the point? So I'm hoping that this new female that we've brought in is going to be part of the squad, or another in you know, like another character that's coming in and out, because like I said, I do like it when we do stuff like that. Now we have had the Ascendant mentioned a couple of episodes back. Jose and Lisa, they took the box, didn't they? They had the Ascendant, they mentioned Kai, we've seen him on a camera before as well in this season, yet we haven't further deep dived into it. And the Merge as well, ever since they've obviously found that they've not like done any magic against it or like progressed with that storyline, because we've got loads of stuff going on, but would like that addressed as well. And I would like, obviously, like more, but I just like Caroline in it. Her name's always dropped and we never really see her, and I would just, even just one episode now, like just to come in. But I do want to see Kai 100%. I would absolutely love it if we got to see him. The Necromancer's dominating right now, so no problem with that, but I would love to see Kai as well. And obviously I think the merger is, I think the merger storyline could be an amazing one if we went down, if we wrote it like well. I think it would be a good one, because you don't need to fully focus on Malivore. I mean, maybe focus on Malivore for this season, get it out of the way. That would be 2 seasons of a consistent storyline, and it would make sense to conclude it. You know, you don't want to drag the same story on for 3 seasons, even though I've got no problem with it right now, because not every episode's focusing on it, so that's why I have no problem with it. But would be nice if we concluded it and then maybe dropped into season 3 and we went with the merge and we focused on, you know, the siblings and that, how they're going to address it, and they jump into Gemini covens and all the dark magic, do you know what I mean, and like new spells. That would be amazing to go down as well. I feel like we need to address Hope's vampire side, and I would like quite a bit more wolf-y stuff happening, because if you think about it, it's quite heavily on witches, this one, to be honest. Like, the most of the magic that you see is witches. You don't really see vampires much. I know we've had Sebastian in here. MG's one of Caleb, but they're not really massively utilised, but magic is a lot. That's what most of the spells are. So I would like to obviously utilise the other supernaturals as well, and I want to see if Landon does have more superpowers than just being able to die and be resurrected. So I can't wait to find out with that one. Can't wait to jump into the next episode with the Necromancer and this new monster coming after the school. And yeah, if you want to check that video out, it will be uploaded tomorrow, as well as you can watch the full episode 3 in the Patreon. Just check the description below. And as always, thanks for watching today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.